Episode 150, and the Dyson Sphere's construction continues. We're currently on a maintenance run around our outlying resource production planet to ensure nothing falls apart in the home stretch. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series, where we have just checked out all of Zeta Array. So now it's just a matter of going down the list and seeing what other systems we need to visit. Production-wise, Kipha Borealis is giving us titanium glass, optical grading crystal, and also exporting some of our main resources. So Kipha Borealis is next on my list of planets that I would or of systems that I would really like to visit and make sure are in good shape. So let's find Kipha Borealis somewhere. There it is. The nice thing about these close proximity maintenance runs is that we are dealing with systems and planets that are all relatively close to Alpha Andromeda relative to, like, the neutron star and the black hole and the systems that are a little bit farther away that we are still pulling resources from, but that have generally taken a little bit more time to get to each time we've needed to visit. All right, so we can see here that optical grading crystals are still in really good shape overall. We have some fire ice and titanium here as well. Looks like this optical grading crystal mine is completely empty, so let's go ahead and delete that. I can delete that line there. And the question is, how much more optical grading crystal do we have? So we might actually have... I can't recall if... Oh, hang on. We need to replace this. I think we can still use that miner, but we're going to place it differently. Yes, that was a completely unnecessary replacement of that wind power, but I still did it. All right, let's go ahead and increase the mining speed on those. That's not going to take a particularly long time. Yeah, there's a lot more iron available here as well, so let's go ahead and grab that. How are you not powered? Give me a break. You're sitting right next to everything else. All right. Whatever. Let's go ahead and connect this here. Glorious. All right, so now we're exporting that pretty handily again. The thing is, we still have plenty of iron available on this planet. I can go ahead and hook up... I think I will actually do this a little bit old school for me. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go ahead and... Is that the entire vein? That is. That's the entire vein. 16 ore veins. Perfect. All right, so first things first. Let's put some power buildings down so that these can be connected. And then I need a splitter. Oh my goodness, this snow is bright. All right, let's put a splitter down there. Perfect. So bright. At least the snow is not threatening our survival like in certain other games that we play on the channel. At least there's that. Okay, and we will connect you here. Yeah, now I'm definitely going to go old school with this, because there we go. I was trying to get it built before the metal made it. The little games you play with yourself in this, it just can be so much fun. I don't know if you were watching. Some of you might have been cheering it on or rooting for me. Who knows which side you were on. But, you know, when you're trying to get a belt built as quickly as possible. Oh, man. And you can just see the iron ore making its way down the belt, or whatever is on the belt. You can just see it catching up. You're like, no! All right, hold on. Let's go ahead and let's get a flat belt going there. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing on Kipha Borealis here. Let's take a look at silicon, which silicon is coming in from where? Over here. Ooh, that is not a lot left, and that's all you have left. But I think I'm happy with the silicon that I've made available elsewhere. So this is Kipha Borealis 3. Let's go ahead. Remember, the Kipha Borealis 2 is the neighboring gas giant, and I think we actually do have gas giant collectors set up here. But let me just do a quick loop. Or maybe we don't. Maybe I'm thinking of a different K system, because I would be seeing them right now if we had them. Okay, let's go ahead and accelerate. Yeah, maybe it's Kasora. That's probably what it is. All right, so now let's head to Kipha Borealis 1. Which, I don't know if we have anything on Kipha Borealis 1, but we might. Oh yeah, we definitely do. See, we've just done so many quick resource outposts in the late game that... Oh yeah, oh of course, yeah, titanium glass. This is a hugely important world. Okay, so... Wow. I forgot how, like, good looking this world was. So are we completely full here? We're completely full here. Wow. All right, so this production chain is in good shape. Like, there are literally no problems here. Yeah. Of the things that we're mining, that's how much we still have. Wow. Okay. In that case, let's head to the next system, shall we? Pretty successful maintenance visit there. Not nearly as much needed as, well, not that Zeta RA needed a bunch either. We just did some light improvement, but Kipha Borealis is in great shape. Leonis Minoris. Here's one that's needed some micro. So let's go visit Leonis Minoris. And funny enough, the full name of this system, I don't know which Greek letter that is. I'd have to double check it. But the full name of this system is not just Leonis Minoris. Pretty sure it's a lowercase Greek letter, but I can't remember which that is. I'm not, like, super well versed in the Greek alphabet. I'm aware of what they're called. And if I were to look that up, I'd be like, oh yeah, that letter. But that would be it. All right, so here is Leonis Minoris 1. Let's see what we got going on here. Wow. See, this is where it gets funny, Legion, because I don't remember this. I have no... Was I going to do something here that I just, like, spaced on? Look at this. What is this setup? Oh, I think I maybe extended them farther just in case I wanted to do more later, but then I never ended up needing more. Oh, yeah. You can tell I definitely built this as, like, a main... Okay, I see what I did. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Good talk. But none of it... You know what this doesn't have? Ooh, it's going to bug me. It's going to bug me a lot. None of this has proliferator paint. At all. I'm upset about that. I'm real upset. Hold on. This has to change. This has to change. It needs proliferator paint. It requires proliferator paint. If there's no proliferator paint, then we're not at maximum efficiency. And as you know, everything about this series from the beginning has always been about maximum efficiency for minimum possible input and total perfection at all times. Never making mistakes. Can't even say it with a straight face. Well, where do I build another import station? I mean, I could build one just, like, literally on the line. What I would need to do is head back to where the initial resources are produced. I would need to head back to where the initial resources are brought in fact. Yeah, this is definitely a planet-wide bus that I built. I hadn't really... Interesting. I hadn't thought about this planet in a long time. Okay, so we have copper coming in here. Yeah. Yeah, there's still plenty available. So, yeah, this roughly would need to be the spot where I put one of these down. How much power do I have available here? Local planet? I'm good. I'm good. We've got what we need. So let's go ahead and do this. Just going to place you right there. It automatically has power. We can go ahead and place bots as well. And I think I will also... Yeah, you know what? Hang on. Let's just, to make this easy, let's set this up for local demand and just go bring me some warpers, okay? That's all I need. And then we need to remote demand some proliferator paint, and God knows we have enough of this stuff. God only knows we have enough of the stuff. I can't believe we're on episode 150 of this series. I seriously can't. The fact that it's come this far... I mean, I feel a lot better about the game in general. I feel a lot better about the channel in general. Not that I felt badly to begin with, but like I was just so rusty. But I do still, as I said many times much earlier in the series, I do look forward to like a fully fresh start. Alright, let's see. What would be the best way to place these? And where's the iron going? Do I have 2 iron inputs? I probably do. Yes, I do. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be... I'm going to have to finagle this a little bit. So I've got the copper coming in here. Yeah, let's go right here. Tell you what, let's go ahead and just have you elevate to the 2nd level, because it doesn't make sense for you to not. And then you'll come like this. Now, mind you, none of this is moving at the moment. I don't know if you've noticed that. This particular production apparatus, like, what I'm doing right now, this is every bit as superfluous as the extra row of guns was. Extra rows, plural, of guns. It's not necessary, but we're doing it anyway. Okay. So here... is where all of that can get painted. And now the fun begins, because we basically need... Hang on, let's have you come to about right there, and then I want to see exactly what's going on with this. This is eventually going to be 3 wide. And then right about here, I need everything to get painted. Which we can just do those side by side. Not a problem. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Some of you said that out loud at the same time as me just now, and you're currently going, holy shit, in your seats. I know. I understand. We're on the same page. Okay. Ryan's awesome. Alright, so... that is a reference, by the way, to Ryan George, the YouTube creator of pitch meeting fame, for those of you who didn't get the joke. All right, so this is a lot. No, game. I didn't want to. I moved slightly. I deviated from my path and paid the price immediately. Okay, so now, same thing. Hold on, I need to move that. That was ill-planned on my part. There we go, fixed. Now we're going to move this. And I might need to slightly change the orientation of these lines, but it's okay. Oh wait, did I just double paint the... No, I didn't. They both need to be painted. It's fine. That is two rows of iron ingots there, so I just wanted to make sure I had that under control. All right, so now we have a new resource factoring in here. So I think what I'll need to do here is come down this way. And here we go. It's at this point that, I mean, frankly, they probably need to be painted farther down the line based on the way I set this up. So let's do that. Let's come all the way down here. I love the way I set this up. I just never did much with it. This is definitely an example of something that, like, this was set up for expansion. Had I ever, you know, gone ham with this particular save. And I still could. I don't think that I would on YouTube. I would want to, like I was saying a moment ago, I would want to do like a new run, but okay, so I think it's those two resources. They were the main ones being produced, but let's go verify. Yeah, it's those two. All the rest are still going to be painted. So magical. Yeah, I see what I did here. This splitter pulls them back while also keeping the line going in case I ever wanted to expand, which is interesting. Okay, and now we have more output happening here. So I actually think, hold on. Can I reverse this belt path? I can. Good, it worked. It worked exactly the way I hoped that it would. Very good, very good. All right, so now you're going to come this way, this way, this way, and this way. Very good. And now you... Okay, so at this point, yeah, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to come a little bit farther down here before I do any painting. And we'll paint them all right about here. All right, now, same thing though. I'm going to go ahead and bring this thing around back. And then keep it elevated. Bring it here. Now everything being exported by this planet will be painted as well. If this is not satisfying to you to watch, you have not been watching the entire series. Such an absurd statement. But if you've watched the entire series, you know exactly what I mean. If you've played Dyson Sphere Program for any reasonable amount of hours on your own, you know exactly what I mean. It's such a goofy thing to say, but it's true. Like, this feels so good right now. You don't even know. No. I jinxed it. I jinxed it. Saved it, though. Saved it. I managed to delete the errant line before any resources started flowing down it. That's another game that you play with yourself while enjoying Dyson Sphere Program. Maybe it's one of the reasons that I'm such a spaghetti fanatic, is that you can just have lots of mini games going in your mind. Keep yourself amused. Okay, now ironically, we've just brought this paint fully around the planet. It didn't have to be this way. Because here's the start of the paint. Oh my god. Okay, so at this point, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to bring this up here, like so. That's fantastic. That's so freaking funny. And that's it. Oh, hang on, that's not connected. Now it is. Beautiful. Alright, so now all of those will be exported here. And truth be told, one thing I could do... Hang on. Hang on. Here's something we could do to pass the time. Because I could probably arrange, you know, for the import of energetic graphite in order to make these supermagnetic rings. I could probably do that. That's something that's possible. And if I did that... Hang on. Did I already do that? I already did that. It's set up. I just never did anything with it. That means I was planning to do it. And then I just didn't. So, hold on. Hold the phone. We can add this now. I guess it just never felt necessary, but what could be more necessary? The only thing is that here's the thing. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end up undoing some of what I just did now, because if we introduce another aspect of this production chain, do I have power anywhere nearby? No, I don't. If we introduce another component to this production chain, then the very last few nodes that I just placed for the paint are no longer relevant. And done. Now the actual placement of those, I might end up not liking, but for now, let's see what I can do. Again, I want to build this so that potentially it can be expanded. So right now we have all of this. Oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. It's going to be completely unnecessary and great. Okay, so what do we need? We need energetic graphite, and we need magnets, which are already going all the way around the planet. Why? Because I planned this. Because this was what was always meant to happen. Hang on. Let me see exactly where I've got this going. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hang on. I need to do an equatorial flight right around here and see if this isn't necessarily exactly what was planned. Okay, no, it's not going to work because it's going to run into stuff. Okay. Okay. So let's actually keep flying around this way though, because that'll give me an idea of where I need to actually place the next building. So this is taken and that's taken, and then we have these. And then is it the next row down that's these? Okay, so ideally, if we do this right... God, this is so absurd. Yeah. Ideally, if we do this right, it's going to be down here below this line, which is fine. Totally fine. Completely fine. Utterly fine. So let's delete you. And delete you. And delete you. Oh, this is too fun. Okay. So, one thing I definitely need to do... There's a couple different ways I could do this. Yeah, you know what? I will go ahead and use these guys. Because we already have the resource available here. So, and I have one planetary logistics station. I don't remember why I have it. I probably forgot something else. But we're going to place it a little bit north of everything here, just so that, you know, future expansion doesn't get messed with. Matter of fact, hold on. Could I maybe just use it? Could I... You think I could? You think I could? I probably could. What's stopping me? Nothing really. I'll just use this one. Because I can. So, this is going to be local demand, and it'll all get brought down pretty rapidly by both sets of transports. And more will be imported here. Now, one of the things that's going to be really nice... Okay. Now I need to make a bit more of a refined decision around how this is going to kind of make its way around the planet. Because I set up this location back here as like the initial spot where we would have these. And we still have these coming around on a ring, which it's perfectly sensible for them to be there because that's the same line at which they're produced. So I just brought them all the way around on purpose, knowing that I would eventually do what I'm doing now. And I'm so glad I remembered. It'll be interesting because it's really going to bring this planet back to life. Also, research-wise, we're doing great. Let's take a quick look at Gacrex here while I'm thinking about it. How we doing? Oh, yeah. These panels are all starting to fill up pretty nicely. That one's very close to being done. A couple of hundred away. So the sails are actually traveling through the sphere apparatus. You can see them as I move here. So there's a line right there, a couple of lines. So that they go through, then they kind of poke through and come around. So it doesn't look like there are any traveling through space, but they are. It's just the direction that they're traveling from. Okay. So, let me come over here. So, you know, I brought that down there. I actually don't think I want that. I think we're going to do away with that because I don't think it's really what works in the grand scheme. We're going to do a little bit of spaghetti. We're going to bring it this way. Because this is where it should be to begin with. So in some ways, the, you know, setting it up to be imported to another station was even more ridiculously and absurdly unnecessary, but I did it anyway. It's been like the theme for the last 10 episodes. Do you have to do this? Nah. But you're doing it anyway. Yeah. Why? Shiggles? More or less? Okay. One thing to bear in mind here is that... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's go ahead and just place this like so. Delete. And then bring it sideways. Perfect. I knew that was going to happen. As soon as I placed that there so lackadaisically, I was like, watch. I'm going to need to put that somewhere else. I'm going to feel like I put it in the wrong spot. And then sure enough, wrong freaking spot. All right. Also, I'm probably going to move these power buildings now that I'm looking at them. What I might actually use... I think I have an idea of what I'm going to do. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So now, we're going to do the same thing I've done several times on this planet. Right about... here. We're going to build a splitter. And then bring the resource back this way. Glorious. And then bring it down this way. And that is all 3 resources that we need for supermagnetic rings. Amazingly enough. Okay, so let's go ahead and delete that. And I think what I'll do... I have an idea. I'm going to go ahead and place these. Or like that. Eight, like that. And using that to kind of space them. There we go. All right, that's going to be our initial setup. Now, I want to make sure that everything coming this way is painted. Interestingly enough, why is it moving? That's interesting. Why is this line suddenly moving? Maybe some stuff needed to be manufactured. The whole thing is about to start moving soon, to tell you the truth. So if those are all painted, I just need to make sure that... Yeah. Let's delete you. We're going to do this slightly differently. We'll have another painter side by side. Glorious. All right, now back to the drawing board. Let's go ahead and pull, pull, pull. And then we'll have that like so. Unbelievable. All right, so there's that. And now we will just copy paste. Research speed level 6. Heck yeah. So now we're working on improved mining efficiency once again. Pretty decent sized research project at this point. Oh, hello. Hold the phone. I didn't actually build that far enough. Oops. So I need to make sure to remember about that. I was like, there's no way there should be a shortage in any of these that I'm working with. What's the deal? And it's like, actually, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so now, kind of a big deal. This is very, very late, like dozens of episodes late. But what I can do here, I actually think I see the perfect spot for it. Hang on. Yep. We're going to elevate this line right here. Perfect. We're going to bring it this way. It's going to come right here. And then look what we're going to do. We're going to bring it down. We do need to paint these on their way out. I have not forgotten about that. Oh no, however will we do it? There's no easy way to paint these. What's the solution? Actually, hold on. That is a little harder than I anticipated. But still, it'll work. Beautiful. And now we just connect this here. And for the first time, I mean, not even necessarily in a way that's needed, but we have supermagnetic rings on a remote supply. Why? Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. But hang on, let's answer one other really important question. Ooh, okay. Question answered. It is per node. So now that some of these are finishing up, this number is actually dropping. Ergo, I take back what I've been saying. I've said it so many times, and I just realized I'm now, like, I'm wrong. All of these have been building as quickly as they can possibly build already. What is actually happening is, now that some of these are finishing, we're just pulling fewer of these from the sphere at any given time. So my estimate might be off as a result of that. I don't know exactly by how much. I would actually think it could be off by a considerable amount. Could take up to 50% longer than planned, or there might be an exponential component. Shit, I can't do it in my head. Yeah, but this was 21,600. Now it's 21,240. Now that some of the panels have finished. So as more panels finish, fewer sales are going to get pulled. It's not like the same number of sales is going to just go flying all towards one panel. So I stand by what I said, that like these panels here will be very satisfying to watch because they'll finish, I think, very quickly. But it's not going to be like you're going to see all like this quantity of sales transferring, you know, to fill these. So you know what? With that in mind, now that I know that, I'm actually going to make a bit of a decision here. I'm going to go ahead and give the order. This was going to be like a keystone thing to do for the series, but now that I know that it's going to take longer than anticipated, I'm going to go ahead and re-add these. And interestingly enough, it hasn't changed the number that's being absorbed. Despite the fact that I've just told this thing to start filling in the top and the bottom. Still says 21,240. But those will still be the very last pieces to go, because we haven't started on those until now, and the rest have obviously been in progress for some time. But we're still getting quite close. I think the overall rate of progress is still quite similar. So I might be completely wrong, and my estimate might not change. But because I think my estimate, come to think of it, I don't think my estimate will change. And the reason that I say that, the reason I backpedal, is that my estimate was based on these numbers, not on the 21,600. I didn't use that in my math because I don't know what that means. That just means there's 21,600 in space. That doesn't tell me how long they take to travel. That doesn't tell me why the number is 21,600. What I used was how many were in place at the beginning of an episode versus how many were in place about 30 minutes later at that rate. Well, not even at that rate, but just at whatever the rate is. I just did basic, rate calculation. And I'm not sure if anything will change at all, actually. It might still be within 10. Anyway, we're at the 40-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and stop thinking out loud. I'm just fascinated by the fact that that number did, in fact, change. So it's just more minutia about Dyson Sphere Program to kind of figure out and learn. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just a little tiny thing about the interface that I didn't expect, and now I'm like deathly curious about how it factors into how quickly these things complete. But we'll figure that out later. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day. What are you missing? That's weird. Apparently we're short on rings. We'll have to figure out why, but we'll do it in the next episode. Every day at noon, U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.